Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cards by Melissa Minor. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Your Special April card kit from the Stamps of Life. And you'll notice here first, they have a brand new box. It is so cute. So it comes in this gorgeous pink box, and in the inside cover it says it's time to get crafty. So I love this. It is so cute. So let me move this to the side here and let me bring in each item one by one. So the first thing I'm showing you here, this is the inspiration card with several ideas from the design team. And then you get these little chipboard star stickers. And then we've got these cupcake stickers. So these are cute. And then these yellow gems. And then this was a freebie, so I'm not going to talk about that. And then this is the word Your Special, so it's a word die. And then we've got this green ribbon. And then we've got these beautiful stickers. So I love these are sentiment stickers. And then you get an A1 fold-it, so you get this cupcake fold-it. So here's the back here, so you get like the little goodies that you can put on top. And you get the outside die, the inside, so for layering. And then let's take a look at the paper pad. So I love the paper pad this month. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna flip through here. And as I'm flipping through here, I wanna tell you that if you're interested in finding out more or joining the Stamps of Life Card Kit Club, I will have more information and a link down below in the description box. Or you can join on the Stamps of Life website using code MelissaM. Using my referral code will earn you 500 bonus points that you can spend in the Stamps of Life store. As a Card Kit Club member, you also receive a 15% discount on anything on the Stamps of Life website. So that's always a good perk too. All right, let's take a look at the cardstock that you receive in the kit. So let me zoom back out a little bit so you can see all the cardstock that you receive. So in the kit, you get, let's see, 4 sheets of the powdered sugar. And then you get a sheet of green apple, a sheet of candy. There's a sheet of marigolds, and then sunshine, ginger snap. Here's a sheet of chocolate, guava, and then ocean. So lots of cardstock. You get some envelopes, and then you also get this like big envelope that you can store either large storage dies in, or you can store your dies in them. And then here's the bottom of the box. Make time to be creative every day. Thanks for being a club member. So the first thing I like to do is, I wanted to show you this. So this is the Totally Tiffany 9x6 pocket. And I'm just showing you here, like on the first of the month, they have a bundle where you can buy all the little stamps and dies that coordinate. So I'm just showing you here, I'm taking out the bundle. I purchased the bundle and I store all the ones that coordinate. And I also put this one in here. This was another just cake one. But I store all of them that kind of coordinate together. This is how I store them in a Kirsten Totally Tiffany bag. But I store them all together. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to locate the Cupcake Delight. That was the Stamp and Die Hard Club of the month for April. And so if you're in that club, you would have received this stamp and die. And so I'm taking the dies out and I'm matching them up. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these images out from the sheet. And I like to do that. And even if I don't use them all, I still like to go ahead and cut them all out, at least 2 of the sheets. So you get a sheet for this one, and then there's a sheet if you have the More Cupcake Delight. So that was an additional purchase, and I do have that one, so I cut that one out. And so I'll cut 1 of each of those, and y'all have 2. So here's what that looks like. And I'll just put them here in a little storage tray. And that way I'll have them all cut out and ready if I want to use them on my cards. So it's nice just to have them ready to play with. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I've done here is I've taken a piece of the candy, a piece of the ocean, and a piece of the sunshine, and I've cut these down to 7 across by 6 1/4. And I'm gonna score here at 3 1/2 in the center. Yeah, 3 1/2. Okay, so I'm gonna do that to each of these. Again, they're 7 across by 6 1/4, and I'm scoring at 3 1/2. So I'm doing that to all of them. We are gonna make a fold flap style card. And so the next thing you wanna do is score at 1 1/4. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna put these all back in here and I'm gonna score at 1 1/4. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Let me get this one lined up here. And I'm gonna score at 1 1/4. Perfect. Okay, so now we're ready to start the next thing that we're gonna do, and we're gonna go ahead and cut some papers down. First, we're gonna fold it. So we're gonna fold them in half. So we scored it at 3 1/2, so we're gonna fold them in half, and then on that 1 1/4 mark, we're just gonna flip that back. So like I said, we're gonna make a fold flap style card. So we've got 3 card bases ready to go. Then I'm going to, the cardstock and that comes in the paper pad is just a little bit wider than 6 inches. So I'm gonna take 3 different pieces of the pattern paper and I'm gonna make sure that they are cut down to 6 by 6 because that's what I wanna be working with. So I'm gonna have 3 pieces of 6 by 6 pattern paper to start with. Okay, and there's not going to be any scraps once we start doing this. So the first cut that I want to make on each of these is I want to cut a 1-inch strip, and this 1-inch strip is going to go on this little flap right here. So there's not going to be any waste because we're going to do this on all 3 pages. And then the next piece that I want to cut is 3 1/4. I want to cut a piece that's 3 1/4 by 6. And actually, I kind of messed up on this one, but I left it in here in the video, but I'm going to fix it, and it's okay. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 1/4, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I realized it. I've realized it there. Okay, so here, let's start over. 1 inch, and then the next piece is 3 1/4 by 6. Okay, so I'm going to move the paper over 3 1/4. All right, so that's 3 1/4, so that fits right inside, right there. So I've got my, and then the other piece is scrap. It's not scrap, but it'll fit on the other side. And it's okay if it doesn't fit exactly because we're gonna fold that other flap over it. So let's do this again. So our 1-inch strip, and then the other piece, we're gonna go put it over to 3 1/4. Move it over 3 1/4, so it's 3 1/4 by 6, and then we've got that other leftover piece. All right, so I've got them sorted into 3 different piles. So I've got the 3 1/4 by 6 inch in one pile, and then I've got the 1-inch pieces in another pile, and then I've got that leftover piece in another pile. So here is the 3 1/4 by 6, and I'm gonna go ahead and take those, and I'm gonna put those in the center. So I'm going to take this one that has the birthday words, and then I'm going to take this cupcake one, and I'm going to glue this down to the center of the ocean. So this is a great way to use your card kit club, or use your card kit club contents and make 3 cards at one time. And then I'm going to glue this one down and glue this one inside the sunshine cardstock. All right, so we've got a good start here. So we've got 3 cards going at once. This is fun. All right, so now I need to pick a piece here for the 1-inch strip to glue on this little flap. So I'm gonna take a piece of this cupcake and I'm gonna glue it on this 1-inch flap right here. So this is the 1-inch strip, and this is 1 by 6. So I'm gonna glue it here. And then I'm going to take this little sprinkle strip and I'm going to glue it on this ocean. And then the piece that's left, so the words, I'm going to glue it on the sunshine cardstock. And so I'm just being careful to mix and match each of the pattern paper. And then the piece that's left, I am going to glue it over on the left-hand side. And it's okay that it doesn't fit all the way, because I'll show you here. So here I'm going to glue it. I'm going to line it up towards the left-hand side of the card, like the outside edge. And you see how it doesn't go all the way inside there? We're going to glue this flap down, and so you won't even see that. And then I'll glue this one down. So let me go ahead and line this up, line it up towards the outside edge and get that glued down. And then this is the piece that I cut wrong, and that's okay because it's going to be hidden. And so let me glue this one down. Okay, so I've got all of those done, and I'm going to take some foam dots, and I've got the smallest size here, and I'm going to some thin foam dots, and I'm just going to put these on the one on the top and bottom. And I don't want to put them in the center. I just want to put them on the top and the bottom because I'm going to be adding something else in the center, and so I don't want to add any extra bulkiness in the center. So just one on the top and bottom, just to get that flap to adhere down. Okay, and then let's do it to the third one. Let's put one up here and then one at the bottom. And so let's get that stuck down. And there we go. All right, so then the next thing I want to do is, this is the leftover pieces, and I've got the scalloped circle here. And this is the leftover from cutting my card bases. And I'm going to cut out some scallops. And then I've also taken the stitched circle in white cardstock, and I have cut that out. And then I'm taking the coordinating colors of ink, and I'm just going to put a little bit of ink down to the center of this white cardstock on each of these. And I've taken a few of the little cupcakes, and I've just picked out some that I want to use here. Those are the ones that I die cut from the paper pad, and I am going to match those up. And then I think here I want to pick out some of these sprinkles, and I want to put those on a block. And I want to use the coordinating color of ink that I just put down on the cardstock. Now this candy, it doesn't show up as good. In fact, it's really hard to see on camera here, but I know it's there. And I am going to put this down, but I just want to put some sprinkles, and I've got some more sprinkles here. I just want to put some sprinkles down just to give it a little more interest on this piece. And I'm going to put this piece then behind my cupcake. All right, so I'm done with the candy. I'm having a little trouble picking this up. Let me grab my tweezers here. There we go. And so there, I think that's going to look cute. Okay, so let me go ahead and do the same thing for the next one. So I'm going to take a little bit of the ocean ink, and I'm going to put some ocean down on this piece of white cardstock. And then I'm going to take the sprinkles stamp. Now the sprinkles stamp was from the Cupcake Delight from the Stamp and Die Hard Club. And I'm taking it and just stamping some sprinkles all around here. Now with this ocean color, this one shows up a lot better than the candy. But there we go. And you won't see a lot of that because the cupcake covers most of it. And it's okay that they overlap because it's sprinkles. Okay, so that looks good. And let me put that behind the cupcake here. I like that. And I think for this one, I better go ahead and clean this stamp off. With the candy, I could just stamp that off on the paper to get that ink off. But this one, I better clean it off with my stamp chamois. Okay, and then I've got one more to do here. I'm going to do the same thing with the sunshine ink. I'm going to put a little bit of the Sunshine ink down on the white cardstock here. And again, I cut those out with the stitch circles. And let's get some sprinkles put down. There we go. That looks good. A few more here. Okay. A couple more. All right. All right. One more. All right, that looks good. Okay, let me get this picked up. And I think I like that. All right, perfect. And then I do want to take a stamp from the stamp set. And we'll stamp that. And that's going to be for the center of the card. Sprinkling. Let's see. Sprinkling you with birthday wishes. All right, so now we're ready to put the card together. So since this is going to be on top here on this flap, I do want to put just a little bit of tear tape just to give it a little extra hold. So I'm going to put a couple tear tape pieces down and a little bit of glue. And you only want to put it here on this left side. Probably should have pulled up this tear tape before I put the glue down, but oh well, I'm doing this a little backwards. All right, so I've got my tear tape down, I've got my glue, and then I'm just going to center this up. I'm going to push this down. Give it a good press. And I only put glue, you know, on this left side so that it opens. Okay, and then for the sentiment, I'm going to put it in the center, and then you won't be able to see it from the outside. So I want to make sure that that scalloped circle is completely covering the sentiment. So there we go. Let me get that pushed down. And that looks good. We put a little more glue inside that one to make sure that stays down. So I put this one together with you, and then I will put the rest of these together off camera. Now the last thing that this is going to need a few gems. So these are the sunshine colored gems that came in the kit this month. Oh, it's sticking to me. I like to put the gems in threes. So let me put two up here and then one over here. Perfect. I love the way this turned out. So let me bring in the others. So here is a look at the sunshine card. So cute. And then here's a look at the candy. Super cute. And then here is a look at the ocean card. All right. And then the next thing that I want to show you is these fit in these envelopes here. So these are, they say that they're 6 3/4. And these are the, sometimes you see them referred to as the number 8 envelope. And so I just want to show you that these are the standard envelopes that you get at Walmart. And so I just want to show you that these fit in here perfectly. So this is another idea of a card style that you can make to fit in those envelopes. And then you can save your Stamps of Life good envelopes for other cards. All right, so let's make another card. I want to use the Cupcake folded that came in the kit. And so to do that, I'm going to use some of the pieces of the cardstock that came in the kit. So this is a piece of the scrap that is left over from one of the card bases. And so I'm going to do some of this die cutting off camera, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine several times, and I'm going to get the pieces cut out. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paper piece this together here, trying to decide what colors I want to use. All right, so I did run this through my die cut machine. As you can see here, I ran the layering, the outside die in the powdered sugar cardstock. And then I ran the icing in the candy, and then I ran like the bottom little piece out of the ginger snap. And because I think that looks like more of like the cupcake, and then I think that the top is the icing. And then the wrapper I ran through in the ocean cardstock. So I'm just going to quickly put some ink here around the edges, and I know it's not showing up very well on camera, but we know that the ink is getting on there. So I'm going to ink up the edges of the candy cardstock, and then I'll do the same here. I'll repeat the process, and I will put some ink all along the edges of the candy wrapper, or the cupcake wrapper, with the ocean cardstock. Okay, so let's get this all inked up, and this will just give it some extra dimension here and makes it stand out a little bit better. Okay, so, and I'm also, you can see here, I'm going in on the little edges to get inside there. Okay, so I've got all of that done, and now it's time to add some glue and start adding these pieces to the background die, or the background piece. So I'm going to start at the top, and it's kind of like a puzzle. So we're going to add the top piece and then the next piece, and you could do these all in different colors, I guess, if you choose. But it's very easy to line these up, and I thought it worked out better if you start with the top piece and just line them up one at a time. Let me move this up so I come into frame a little bit better for you. And then, so get this one pushed down, and then we'll add the cupcake. This, I think it looks like the actual cake portion. All right, and then finally we'll add the cupcake wrapper. And it lines up perfectly. There we go. Okay. And then I do have the little stickers off to the side because I do want to add those. But you'll also see that I have these little pieces. And let me show you. So it's got this little die right here. And it's hard to see, but there's some little sprinkles and some little stars. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put some glue dots all along the top of my cupcake here. And then I'm just going to use a pickup tool, and I'm going to go through, and I'm just going to go in and take, go in and pick up a piece of the sprinkle and drop it in the glue. And some of these are sprinkles and some of them are stars. And I did cut these all out of the sunshine color, but how fun would it be to just run that little die through your die cut machine in all different colors, and that would allow you to put different colors of sprinkles on your cupcake, and it would be so easy to do. So you could run this through with multiple pieces of cardstock, and you could just use little pieces of scrap because it is so tiny. But I do recommend using like a little tray or something because they are very tiny. So let me hold this up. So isn't that cute? I love the way that turned out. Okay, so let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And here's the stickers. I love the stickers that came in the card kit this month. So I think I want to add a sticker here. And since I did use the yellow at the top, I want to add that yellow sticker on here. And I think it's kind of hard to read what that says probably on camera. But it says, "Eat cupcakes and be happy." So that's super cute. All right, so I'm going to put that along the cupcake wrapper here. Eat cupcakes and be happy. And I added a little glue just to give it a little more stick. I probably didn't need to because this one is really sticky, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't going anywhere. Okay, so the next thing I want to do here is I've brought in these scalloped rectangle dies, and I've taken a piece from the paper pad and I've cut that out. This was the largest rectangle. And off camera, I did go into my Stamps of Life ribbon, and I found a little piece of pink ribbon that I tied. And then I cut a piece of the guava cardstock that came in the kit to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm adding it to a powdered sugar card base. And then I'm putting this scalloped rectangle on top of that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my cupcake on top of that. But before doing that, I do want to add just a little bit of foam tape to give it a little extra dimension. And so I'm gonna get some foam tape here and just put a couple pieces on the back just to pop this up a little bit. But I think this turned out super cute. Now you could, with these fold-its, you could turn this into a shaped card. You wouldn't have to put it on an A2 card base. You could just make it into a shaped card. But I like the way this looks on this A2 card. This cupcake is so cute. All right, let me peel these release papers back. And we'll stick this down right here on the center of the card. And there we go. Let me get a little bit of glue. Let me add just a little glue dot to hold my ribbon down. Perfect. Let me bring it up to the camera. Doesn't that look cute? I love it. All right, so here's another look at the cards we made today. Leave me a comment below on which card was your favorite. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I do appreciate any time you shop and use my links, as that helps support me and my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.